And here is the Writer's Almanac for Friday. It's the 25th of February, 2022. It's the birthday of Anthony Burgess, born in Manchester, England, 1917. Majored in English literature, joined the army. He was good at languages. He moved ahead in military intelligence, got a job with the British Colonial Service. He was posted to Malaysia, became fluent in Malaysian, taught in a boys' school, wrote novels for pleasure on the side, went off to a teaching post in Borneo, started to get headaches, and then one day collapsed in front of the classroom. He was flown back to London, where doctors said he had a brain tumor, inoperable. He had 1 year to live, and he didn't have a job. He had no money to spend that terminal year traveling, so he started out to make money for his widow and wrote at a furious pace, wrote 5 novels in 1 year, and it turned out he did not have a brain tumor, and he did not die. Kept writing at a furious pace, outlived his wife by many years, eventually died of lung cancer in 1993, 30 books and 30 years later. Wrote his most famous book, A Clockwork Orange, in just 3 weeks in 1962, which was inspired by a tragic experience of his and his wife's. Soon after he was married, when his wife was pregnant, she was mugged by 4 young American Army deserters in London and afterward miscarried their child. A Clockwork Orange set in future England, featuring a teenage anti-hero Alex who leads his gang of friends on acts of random violence, but in the end grows up and realizes that violence is a bore, and he wants to marry and have a child. That last chapter was cut off the American edition of A Clockwork Orange, and also left off the movie by Stanley Kubrick, which irritated Anthony Burgess, the fact that the novel and the film seemed to glorify sex and violence, and had left off the chapter about maturity and redemption. Here's a poem for today by Anne Pearson Wise, entitled Everything But God. In Europe, you can see cathedrals from far away. As you drive toward them across the country, they're visible, stony, and roosted on the land, even before the towns that surround them. In New York, you come upon them with no warning. Turn a corner, and there one is. On Fifth Avenue, St. Patrick's, spiny and white as a shell in a gift shop. Dark St. Agnes, lost near a canal and some housing projects in Brooklyn. Or St. John the Divine, listed in every guidebook, yet seeming always like a momentary vision on Amsterdam Avenue, with its ragged halo of trees, wide stone steps ascending directly out of traffic. Lately, I have found myself unable to pass by. The candles' anonymous wishes waver and flame near the entrance, bright, numerous, transitory, and eternal as a migration. The birds that fly away are never exactly the same as those that return. The gray flowering arches' ribs rise until they fade like bones, so large and old they belong to an undetected time on earth. Here and there, people's small backs in prayer, the windowed saints' robes, orchid glow, the shadows, ghosts of a long nocturnal snow from a sky below which we did not yet exist, with our questions tender as burns. A poem by Anne Pearson Wise, Everything But God, from her collection Floating City, published by Louisiana State University Press and used by permission here on the Writer's Almanac. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.